Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here. Before we begin, just want to give a quick shout out. Congratulations to Todd Tysco and Connor Mercer, who won the 4th and 5th giveaways of the 40k subscriber giveaway, respectively. Congratulations, you guys. Make sure you guys get in touch with me. We'll get your prizes to you as soon as possible. Thank you to all you guys that submitted your witty comments to last Monday's video for this giveaway. And as always, thank you guys so much for the support you guys give to the channel. It makes all of this possible. And of course, special thanks you to our patrons of this channel. As I'm sure most of you guys know, I'm not supported by nor affiliated with Wargaming in any way, shape, or form. So these guys, these Patreons, whose names should be appearing up on screen right here, these guys make this channel very, very, very much easier to run. So thank you guys for that. If you want to support the channel, Patreon is the best place to do so, besides just, of course, watching the videos and streams and such. So on to today's video. I'm going over my top 5 Black Friday ships that I think you guys should purchase if you're looking to pick up a Black Friday ship. So if you guys are new to the Black Friday event, what goes on here for, of course, Black Friday, like many other retailers do, Wargaming also has a Black Friday sale go on. Throughout the years, they have created Black Friday ships, or Black ships as they're actually called in-game. These ships are 100% identical to their in-game counterparts. The only difference between a Black Friday ship is, one, it has a B behind their name in their title, and 2, it comes with a pretty cool Black Friday camo. These camos are really well done by the art department. Of course, they look nice and sharp. They have some nice fine details on them, some nice chrome accents, and every year they kind of one-up themselves in terms of the camouflages, and this year is no different. What's really cool about Black Friday is that so far for the past, I believe, 5 or 6 years, and I think it's 5 years, that they've been doing this, all the previous Black Friday ships return during this week. And there's quite a few Black Friday ships that are removed ships that are no longer regularly available for sale. So if you missed a couple of them, this is a very good time to pick those ships up. So a common question I get is, what ship should I get for Black Friday? Well, here is my list going from 5 to 1, and this is in order of priority, if you will. 1 being the one I would say 100% you should get. 5, not so much. Again, I'll kind of explain our reasoning as we go through all of these ships, but let's go ahead and get on into it. Coming in at number 5 is everyone's favorite Tier 9 abomination, the American battleship Kearsage. So, Kearsage, now, right out the gate, Kearsage is a coal ship. So you can 100% get this ship for free. And that's what I would recommend you do. However, if you are looking to perhaps save that coal for maybe a unique commander or something else, another ship coming out later, or another coal ship that you want to get, Kearsage B is a pretty good deal. Right now in the armory, she can be purchased outright for cash for about $65. That's about $12 off of the normal price of a Tier 9 premium ship. So you get a Tier 9 premium ship that's a really darn good ship. Kearsage has Montana firepower at Tier 9. She has 12 American 16-inch guns. Now these are the 45 caliber, not the 50 caliber guns, so there's a bit more air drag and slowness going on here with these shells, but if you played North Carolina, it's literally the same gun, and it's not that hard to use from about 15 kilometers in, and once you get used to her, she's actually fairly easy to get those longer range shots on. She also, of course, has that horrid flight deck in the middle of the ship, which gives her access to a flight of attack aircraft equipped with Tiny Tim rockets, which do a lot of damage to the proper targets. You can easily chunk battleship superstructures, light cruisers, and some lighter armed heavy cruisers for 13k of these rockets and start 2 or 3 fires. And she gets access to these planes every 2 minutes. So that means you can throw the entire squadron away and you'll get a whole new squadron in 2 minutes. Doesn't really matter. So if you're not a CV player, that's fine. You don't risk anything here by using these aircraft. So with those 12 16-inch guns and those attack planes, you have just amazing levels of good, consistent damage potential here with the Kearsage. Your guns do have a long reload time, but hey, your planes will probably be up after a couple of salvos with the Kearsage. She's actually pretty tanky too. The only really vulnerable part on this ship is, of course, that flight deck. That flight deck is easily farmable by, well, not the deck, but the hangar is easily farmable by most ships at this tier. So she's a good ship, and a ship that I would say is, you know, worth spending the money on. This ship will earn your money very consistently. Again, with the planes, it's just good, consistent damage out of this ship. It does what a tier 9 battleship needs to do. It prints credits. It's a good battleship. It's actually a pretty decent American Commander battleship trainer too, if you want. Well, American Commander trainer in general now because of the Commander rework. She's great for that. So, yep, a ship I would recommend you guys pick up. Again, I would 100% recommend getting it for coal first, but if, again, you want to save that coal for another ship, this is a good opportunity to get a tier 9 premium at a reduced cost via this event. But yes, do get it for coal first. That's why it's at the number 5 spot on this list. Going down to number 4, we have the tier 10 Italian heavy cruiser, the Napoli. So again, the Napoli is a coal ship. You can get this ship 100% for free. But yet, again, if you are looking to get a different coal ship, a commander, or you want to save your coal, yes, absolutely, this is a wonderful opportunity to pick up a coal ship that you don't mind paying some bills for at a reduced cost. I mean, again, hey, if you want to save that coal and you want to you want to use that coal for something else, great opportunity for it. And plus, too, Napoli is an absolutely fantastic cruiser. She is one of the, well, actually, wargaming. She is one of the only secondary cruisers in the game because, well, I mean, hey, we just couldn't keep Siegfried, you know? Yeah. She does have SAP secondaries, though, which gives the small 90mm secondaries plenty of pin. More than enough pin to deal with destroyers and cruisers and even battleships. If you have a battleship that has a lot of thinner armor, like a big superstructure, like a lot of German and American battleships have, you are going to find yourself getting chewed up quite quickly by the Napoli here with her SAP secondaries. And also, too, again, she is at a reduced cost right now. If you wanted to buy the Napoli outright beforehand, it would cost you about $140. But right now, it's $117 US with the Black Friday event. Again, 100% get the ship for free if you're looking just to pick up this ship. But again, if you're looking to save some coal for later on, it's an excellent opportunity to get a very good ship for the cost. And two, the main battery guns, don't sleep on those either. The AP is that Italian AP. It does hit and bite quite hard. She gets torpedoes, and she gets her crawling, well, not her crawling smoke string. She gets her exhaust smoke generator, which enables you to, boogie at full speeds and let your guns rip while being covered in smoke. A really nice gimmick that she has here is that she can keep herself concealed while her secondaries are going off. Now, that means since the secondaries are firing, you won't find yourself getting spotted because your bloom doesn't go out because of the secondaries firing. That doesn't happen in this game. So you can keep that smoke going, let your secondaries rip, launch your fighter plane that you do have, and just party like that with the Napoli. Great ship, one I highly recommend. And going on down to number 3, we have the Tier 8 Premium American Battleship, the Massachusetts. Massachusetts was simply just too good for the game, and she was removed quite some time ago. But she's back now for 2 weeks thanks to the Black Friday event. You can pick her up in her black form. This ship is a ton of fun. This ship is an absolute dream combination of German secondary levels along with the American battleship formula. She has secondaries that can get out to 7.3 kilometers, and they fire incredibly fast. They are still some of the more accurate secondaries in the game. If you go back and watch videos from a few years ago, you'll see how crazy accurate the American battleship secondaries used to be. They were absolute DD and light cruiser repellent and would set plenty of fires on heavy cruisers and battleships. And still today, they are still, again, some of the more accurate secondaries in the game. So thanks to their fast fire rate along with their good accuracy, they're still decent enough, in my opinion, to set enough fires on heavy cruisers and battleships to be worth building into. Or you could build into an alternative build like I have here. This is an accidental hybrid secondary build along with a tank build for the commander. I wasn't paying attention to the commanders I was putting on the Massachusetts for this video, so instead of putting my American secondary commander on Massachusetts, I actually put my primary American battleship commander on this ship. And she still did fantastically well because this ship is that good. 9 American 16-inch guns with... So, funny enough, her Sigma is lower than other American battleships. She's down to 1.7 Sigma. But because of the American battleship dispersion formula, the shells, once they get fired, they don't deviate too much like one would expect from a ship with 1.7 Sigma. So they come out the tubes pretty awkward, but they don't fly all over the place most of the time. And she does great. And not to mention, too, she's actually pretty darn tough if you haven't seen or encountered one in game. She gets that improved American battleship hill with an improved cooldown time and the improved American battleship damage con that lasts for 22 seconds as well. So this ship is able to brute force its way through many an awkward situation for a ship like the North Carolina. Of course, she has better armor than the North Carolina as well. Still has darn good AA, and she's not necessarily an AA barge, but she has some of the stronger AA in the game. If you're with yourself and like a cruiser, you should be good in terms of AA potency, especially with the rework coming up, but we'll see how that affects it once it goes into action. But yes, an absolute blast of a ship, one you can pick up right now for dubs in the armory for, I believe, 15% off of her original doubloon price, and absolutely worth every single penny in my mind. Great ship for when tier 8 ranked or tier 8 CBs are a thing. Fantastic for that. Alright, going on down to number 2, we have the tier 9 American large cruiser, the Alaska. No surprise seeing this ship on the list. Alaska is an absolute blast of a ship. First off, she is one of the tougher large cruisers. The match watching in the background, I was a dum-dum and got into a terrible situation, and look how much damage I take and still live. That's how tough this ship is. So besides her toughness, she still has some very nasty 310mm guns. She gets 9 of them, and she does get access to the American Super Heavy AP, the Mark 8 shell. So these 310mm guns really hit like 14 or 15-inch guns sometimes when they bite in the right places. You'll find yourself citadeling definitely just about every cruiser you run across. You can easily citadel battleships from medium to close range if they show you their flat broadside, and it is of course one of the weaker armored battleships. But yeah, these AP shells hit way above their weight class. Her HE isn't that bad either. The Alaska can either citadel her target to death or just simply burn it down depending upon what she's coming up against. So on top of that great firepower and great survivability, she also has great utility. She has Hydro or DFAA and American radar. And again, it's American radar. Out to 10 kilometers, lasts for quite a while, especially if you build into it. So she's great if you're on a pushing flank, or if there's that DD that's harassing your team. Pop your radar, pop your hydro, and you'll make the destroyer's life miserable. So all around, just an amazing little ship. She's also very maneuverable too. Almost forgot to mention that as well. And it's a great ship, worth, again, absolutely every single penny you'll spend on this ship. She's available for doubloons in the armory. And it goes without saying, hopefully, that when I'm talking about getting these ships, just buy them for the doubloon price in the armory. Don't waste your money gambling away on the containers. Just buy what you want. I promise you these ships are worth it. They're at a discounted price. So if you go ahead and pick them up like this, trust me, you'll come out ahead because you know what you're getting, at least with this method. With the container method, you don't know what you're getting yourself into. You might get what you want, you might get what you didn't want. So, yeah. Alright, going on down to numero uno, or number 1. That is the tier 9 French battleship, the Jean Bart. absolutely one of my favorite battleships in this game, hands down. Jean Bar is sister ship to the Richelieu. She is one of the best premiums in the game. If you had to make, well, if you forced me to make a top 5 premiums list of every single ship in the game, including all removed ships, this ship would still be definitely in like the top 3 for sure. This ship is a blast to play. It's fun to play. It's a great premium ship, great at credit farming, great at doing damage. One of the all-time best of the best. Why? So glad you asked. So Jean Bar has 8 15-inch guns, and she's essentially not essentially, she has a Richelieu moved from tier 8 to tier 9 with her stats adjusted as such. So she has better Sigma, better dispersion, better reload than her sister. She is a bit slower though, because this is the I believe the 1950s refit for the Richelieu class, so there's more AA, more modern technology in the ship, so she's heavier than her sister, but she has the same armor scheme and HP pool. So the trade-off for the more accurate guns, the faster reload, and all that jazz, you are a bit slower, and you still have tier 8 armor and HP at tier 9, but you are a powerhouse of a battleship when it comes to putting down damage. She also gets access to the reload booster. So with your 8 15-inch French guns, you have a reload booster with that French AP. So someone slips up, show you broadside, pop your reload booster, you can get 3 salvos out very quickly with the Jean Bar if you time it right, into the broadside of your opponent, and that's going to make them rethink their life decisions for the rest of the evening right there. She also has an engine boost, the good old French engine boost, which does propel her up to 32 knots, and with the speed flag on there, you can get a little bit higher than that, but that's about it after that. She is slower than her sister, but she's still pretty darn maneuverable, and she has some pretty decent AA as well. If you notice on the sides of the Jean Bar, she has those modern secondary mounts. Those are dual purpose, so that helps her when it comes to AA. But again, AA versus CVs, that's, a lot of that's in the hands of the CV players, but from my experience, she does have some pretty potent AA. If you're going up against a more or less experienced CV, you are going to make them pay with that. Now, because she does also have that reload booster, her HE is also very viable as well. You do have 15-inch guns, so yeah. There's going to be a lot of situations where the battleships on the enemy team are just going to go bow into you, and you're going to have to use your HE. In most battleships, it's rather quite frustrating. In the Jean Bar, you don't care. You set a fire on them, they put it down, you wait a few seconds for their damage con to go on cooldown, pop your reload booster, get 2 or 3 more salvos out very quickly, and you'll have 2 or 3 fires on them, and they'll be nice and roasty toasty. So she's a blast of a ship, a great ship to deal with destroyers as well, with that reload booster and her HE. Great horizontal dispersion too, if you notice with the ship. Great vertical dispersion, I should say. Most of her salvos come out in a very nice line that's roughly the length of most tier 9 and 10 cruisers. So very, very nice dispersion pattern here, and again, just an excellent premium ship. Great for farming credits, great for French commander training, and one of the all-time best premiums in the game, hands down. And again, worth every single dime you spend on this ship in the armory for dubs right now for the next 15 days when this video goes live on Monday. So guys, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope this video helps you making some decisions with the Black Friday event. And honestly, if I had to pick just one of these ships to pick up, I'd still say Jean Bar. I mean, hey, she's fun to play. Most of you watching this channel are battleship players, and absolutely a ship I would recommend you get this Black Friday event. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you do, make sure to drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. I'm already at 45,000 subscribers, and I can't thank you guys enough for that. I will be live streaming here tonight on the channel from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. U.S. Central Time to make up for our missing Friday night's live stream. So make sure to come out for that. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Hope to catch you guys in the next one.